So I had to take some time off from med school, and if I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't my choice. Med school is like running a marathon. It takes a lot of stamina, endurance, and mental fortitude to really get to the finish line. To sit in 4+ hours worth of lectures and take notes and really pay attention, to study for 5+ hours after that, and to try to balance all of your personal life and aspirations and things you have outside of medicine all at the same time, trying to achieve academic excellence. It's no easy feat. Med school is no easy feat. And I found myself, last semester, I found myself struggling with balancing it all, trying to grind out and study all the time while really, doing things that I enjoy. And, med school is a big sacrifice because you miss things that that other people get to experience. Like, you miss going to see your family, often you miss doing different things, and it can really burn you out, because it's such a grind. And I was finding it hard to, just really balance it all. I was president of the class. I was trying to plan a wedding. I have a business that I had before I got into med school that I was, still trying to maintain as well, on a lower level, but still trying to, do something because, wedding, need some money. Things don't just pay for themselves. You have to take out loans, and sometimes those loans, don't really meet up to all the costs that, it has with inflation and everything. So, I'm trying to keep a little extra money coming in on the side, and, just trying to balance it all while being at the top of your game. It's hard because mentally you just get exhausted, and I found myself getting mentally exhausted, just trying to, do everything. And I didn't take care of myself. That was the biggest part, because it's not that it was all of these things to do, because there's always going to be a lot of things to do. I'm the type of person that always wants to be involved with a lot of different things. It was more so that I didn't take care of myself through the process. I didn't ask for help when I should have asked for help. I'm just trying to do everything all at once, all the time. And when you try to do everything, when you try to be good at everything or just try to do everything, jack of all trades, master of none type thing, and I didn't prioritize right. I didn't, there was a lot of things that I could have done better, especially when it comes to just like taking care of myself, making sure, saying no to different things, making sure that I'm good, so that, I can still be successful at school and still be successful at different things. And basically with that failure kind of put me in a place where I failed 2 exams. It wasn't back to back, it was like the first block did well, second block wasn't doing so well, failed that one, third block, had a nice bounce back because I'm like, nah, I can't go out like that, Then, I can't bounce back. I was good. I was grinding. I was like studying all the time because of that first L. But what that meant was that next block, it's just that endurance level of just like, I ain't have it, I just wasn't there. Like, it was hard to just get up every day, to go to class, to be present, like, just to be physically and mentally present in that 4th block. And I ended up failing 2 exams. And at VCU, what that means is they have a policy that if you fail 2 exams, you have to repeat the semester. And there was a whole appeals process. I tried to, get them to allow me to remediate the exams over the summer, but they was like, nah, bro. And what sucks about it is that I have to do everything. I made it to the end of the semester. I kept going, thinking like, okay, maybe they'll let me remediate over summer. Nah. So I literally did everything. And I only failed 2 exams. We took like maybe 15 or so exams, I think, last time I counted. And I failed 2, and I had to repeat the entire semester. And that's rough, that's rough, having to deal with failure, because, if you've been on this channel for, struggle with the MCAT, struggle with different things. And so to get to, med school again and have to, find myself struggling, it's like, it's not easy, because then, imposter syndrome and stuff starts to set in where it's like, can I really do this? Like, should I even be here? A lot of those type of thoughts continue to go through my mind. And through the time off, I'm like, am I going back? Am I going back? But, as I was fighting for my med school, dream of like trying to stay and remediate and all these different things, it kind of made me realize like, no, this is where I want to be. I deserve to be here. I can be here. Like, it's not that the material is hard, not that it's too hard for me to accomplish. It's just that I got to do some things differently. And that's really kind of why I'm making this video, because, if you've been on my channel, my channel is kind of all about like being transparent and just like showing the struggles, showing that like everybody struggles. Everybody's going to fail at something. Like, this was my L, but I know other people who failed exams. I know other people who are in a similar situation as me in my class who have to repeat. I know other people at other schools who failed. There are lots of stories of failure, and everybody takes an L, but it's how you come back from that L. And that's why I'm making this video, because no, this is not the end for me. No, I'm not just going to be sad, boo-hoo. Like, no, I'm just going to come back better. This time off sucked. Like, I hate the policy. I wish I didn't have to do this, but I'm gonna choose to see the bright side. If I had stayed, I would have had to take an exam right after I got married, like, which is crazy. You gotta look at the positives. And I think I definitely learned a lot about myself and what I need and what I need to be successful. And mostly it's just like about taking care of my mental health, taking care of me, and not trying to do too much and asking for help. Like, just some of those basic things that you forget, because med school is such an individualistic like world. Like, everybody kind of flows like on their individuals. So what's the word I'm looking for? Like, everybody tries to just stay in their lane and do their own thing. Not to say that some people aren't supportive, but like, everybody just like, oh, I'm going to study by myself. I can't study with people, because me, I tried to study with other people and try to collaborate, but it's so hard because everybody's just like, oh, I don't know it yet. I can't study with you. I can't do this, And so even when I tried doing stuff like that, it's hard, where you just get trapped in this bubble of like, I just got to do it. And so, I say all this to share my story, share like what I'm going through, to let people know like every level's hard. There's going to be struggles at every level, but you can't let that stop you. You got to keep pushing. You got to reevaluate. You got to say, okay, I failed. Why did I fail? What can I do to not fail again? What lesson can I learn? You know what I'm saying? Turn all the losses into lessons. And for me, I'm still learning to ask for help. Like, that's something I've always struggled with, asking for help. Like, I took the MCAT 2 times before I took the course to help me. You know what I'm saying? And maybe I gotta learn the hard way sometimes. I don't like that. I need to change that. And so hopefully you guys don't have to learn the hard way for me. 1, check your school's remediation policy. That's number 1. Check the school remediation policy if you're not in med school yet that you want to go to, because it's an important thing. Will you have to repeat a semester if you struggle? How do they support you when you're going through your struggles? Like, do they notice it early on after that first exam? Do they put some systems in place? Because frankly, I think VCU could do a little better. You know what I'm saying? I acknowledge my part, but also as an institution, like, what do you do to support students that are struggling both mentally, all these type of things? There are systems in place, but you have to do it all yourself. And that's what I'm trying to get out of. Feeling like I need to do everything myself, and I need to do everything, I gotta stop doing some stuff. I got to, focus in and really, allow my support system to help me. So this is not the end of me. As of this video, I'm actually going back to school in 2 days. And I really want you guys to be a part of that journey. I want, this is kind of my accountability system of making sure I'm taking care of myself, doing the things that I need to do. As I continue to share my progress, because this ain't the end for Ruben Davis, future doc. I will get to that finish line. There have been, a few bumps along the way, but that's okay. That's okay. This is just my journey. If you find yourself struggling right now, I hope this is motivational for you, whether you're in med school or out of med school. Like, if you're finding yourself failing or whatever, it's not the end. You have to continue to push through. You gotta be honest with yourself of what's going on? How can I be better? Don't have too much of a pity party of just be real and say all right, let's just be better. how can I systematically be better? Like, what are the real benchmarks that I can do? You know, and I've set some goals for, 2024 and this new semester of like, I'm gonna get a 90 and above on every exam. And I didn't just set that goal, I set like how I'm gonna achieve that goals. What are these benchmarks? And maybe I'll make a video, kind of sharing that with you guys. But mostly this video is just to really just say where I've been, what's been going on, and what the future's look like. I have a plan, to come out with a lot of content, really just kind of continue to share my journey, to encourage you guys, to keep me encouraged. I really enjoy interacting with you all. So yeah, that's really it. Stay motivated out here. It's hard to stay motivated sometimes. The burnout is real, but find that thing that drives you. Just remember that, like, why you are in this thing, what your purpose is, and keep going. God got you, God got me, God got us. We can keep going. Let's keep pushing. Let's make it to that finish line. All right, let's build up that endurance. We got this. All right, Future Doc out.